Okay, sine 360 plus theta, you can also write it as sine 2 pi plus theta. Use sine theta. It is not just sine, okay? Not only 360, you can take 720. Sine 720 degrees plus theta is also sine theta. Okay. Why even cos? If I take cos 1080 degrees plus theta is also cos theta. Why? Whether you rotate theta or you rotate 360 degrees and again theta will be in the same place, right? Okay, rotate theta or rotate one full circle 360 and theta, or you rotate two circles 720 plus theta, or you can go 360 degrees backward and then theta minus 360 plus theta. It is same. That is, I should even write that. For example, tan minus 360 degrees plus theta. You turn 360 for from here. You turn 360 forward or 360 backward. Will be in the same place. So that is also same tan theta. In general, all of them, if you want to write, if you take n belongs to z integers, whether you take sine n times 360 degrees plus theta, n can be 0, 1, 2, 3, minus 1, minus 2, or cos n times 360 degrees plus theta, or tan, okay, they are not equal, of course, tan n times 360 plus theta. This will be sine theta only. This will be cos theta. This will be tan. More than degrees, you should be more comfortable with the radians because we're using frequently. So I'm going to write this as sine n times 2 pi plus theta. Any multiple of 2 pi plus theta, 4 pi plus theta, minus 2 pi plus theta, minus 4 pi plus theta, will be sine theta. Same here. Cos n times 2 pi plus here, tan n times 2 pi plus. Everybody, please put on your videos. Okay, especially these formulas are very useful whenever we are dealing with the big angles. Okay, let us say somebody asks me sine 1110 degrees. The nearest multiple of 360 is 1080. So I can write sine 1080 plus 30 degrees. And that is sine 3 times 360 plus 30. According to these formulas, 360 or multiple of 360 can be neglected. It will be sine theta. So forget about this. We'll get directly sine 30. And sine 30 is 1 by 2. Right? So when angles are very, very big, what you do? Try to write that as a multiple of 360 plus or minus an angle. Neglect that multiple of 360, we will be left with some angle based on that you can. Is everybody clear about this point? Okay. Vamsi, you are clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. If you can mute yourself, so you are unmuted. Okay. Another point, even some of the standard values that you know, like sine 30 degrees, cos 30, tan 30, and all that. Okay. Does anybody know how where from sine 45 degrees equal to 1 by root 2, cos 45 equal to 1 by root 2, tan 45 degrees equal to 1? Where from it came?
Yes, sir.
How is that?
Sir, we should take a equilateral triangle.
An equilateral triangle, where will you find 45 degrees?
No, sir. Not equilateral triangle, sir. We should first take, like, it is something based on triangles. I don't remember clearly.
You take a right angle isosceles triangle, where this is 90, this is 45 degrees, this is 45 degrees. If you take this is L by simple Pythagoras theorem, this will be L root 2. Okay. Then cos 45 degrees or sine 45 degrees, adjacent side or opposite side is L and hypotenuse is L root 2. You will get 1 by 2. And tan 45 degrees, this and this are equal, L by L will be 1. That's how 45 degrees value. And if you take what is that equilateral triangle, this is L, this is L, this is L by 2, this is L by 2. With the Pythagoras theorem, this will be L root 3 by 2. You take this is 30 and sorry, this is 60 and this is 30. You take sine 30, this by this will come 1 by 2. Cos 30, this by this is root 3 by 2. Similarly, sine 60 and cos 60. So in this triangle, you take sine 30, cos 30, sine 60, cos 60. You'll get those values and even tan 30, tan 60. From this, you'll get sine 45, cos 45, tan 40. Right? Sine 90 and sine 0 values not from these things. They are more easy. Okay. To take a circle, I'll take radius 1 unit. If I want sine 90 degrees or cos 90 degrees, what should I do? Take this initial rate, turn, will be right here. What are the coordinates of this point? 0, 1. Because this is 0, 1 and by turning 90 degrees we got, you can write cos 90 degrees equal to 0 and sine 90 degrees is equal to 1. This point is minus 1, 0. By turning 180 degrees, I reach this point. Okay, so x coordinate is cos and y coordinate is sine. So from this point, I'll get cos 180 degrees equal to minus 1 and sine 180 degrees equal to 0. We take this point, which is 0, minus 1, and by turning 270, I got, or I can turn clockwise 90. Okay, so I can say cos 270 degrees or cos minus 90 degrees is 0. And sine 270 degrees or sine minus 90 degrees is minus. And if you take this point itself, which is 1, 0, without turning any angle, you are right there. Okay, you got 1, 0, you turned only 0 degrees. So sine 0 degrees or sine 360 degrees, both are 0 based on that 1, 0. And cos 0 degrees or cos 360 degrees is 1. So by looking at this point, you can tell, okay, if you look at all of them together, sine any multiple of 180 degrees is 0. Sine 0 is 0, sine 180 is 0, sine 360 is 0, sine 542 is 0. So you can draw this circle and write all these things. If possible, you can write this one here. I wrote here, but this one, if you want, you can write here.
Sir,
Yes, please.
you took a radius of 1 unit, sir.
Yeah, I took circle of radius 1 unit.
Sir, then if we take 2 units, then
Then you have to divide with 2 now. The formula is x coordinate by 2. You'll get 2 by 2, 1 only, same answer.
yes, sir.
The advantage with unit circle is directly x coordinate is cos theta, y coordinate is sin theta. If it is some other radius, x coordinate by r is cos theta, y coordinate by radius is sin. So with observing all these things, we can conclude sine n times 180 degrees, any multiple of 180, or sine n pi is 0, where n belongs to z and is an integer. Okay. And regarding cos n times 2 pi or cos n times 360 is equal to 1. Any multiple of 360 degrees is 1. And when you take 180 degrees or odd multiple of 180 or no, odd multiple of 180, I should write. That will be cos pi, cos 3 pi, cos 5 pi. So will be minus 1. Okay. Cos 180, 540, and okay, 900 degrees, there will be minus 1. Just by observing these 4 points, when you take an angle which is multiple of 90, what is sine value, what is cos value, we are able to tell. Right? You take sine 90 or 360 plus 90, any, okay, keep on adding 360. Similarly, this. Okay, I'm purposely writing in degrees and radians. Degrees is more easy to relate to, but you should get habituated to radians. All right. I'm erasing all these things. Okay. Now, many of you know about all silver teacups, but some of you don't know, also not a problem. What is that? You take any angle which is in first quadrant, like 0 to 90 or 360 to 450, okay, or something like that. Okay, if you take something like that, first quadrant angle, sine of that angle is positive, cos of that angle is also a positive number, tan is also positive. If you take second quadrant, okay, sine is positive, cos is negative, tan is negative. Many times when some people give good answer, but many times when I asked how in second quadrant sine is positive, third quadrant tan is positive, fourth quadrant cos is positive and sine is negative. Many times people said all silver teacups, that's why it is positive. But not that's why it is positive. Just a way to remember is all silver teacups. It's just like a shortcut to remember only. The derivation is something else and it's very, very easy. If I take a point x comma y in first quadrant, the x coordinate will be positive or negative?
Positive, sir.
Positive. In second quadrant, x
Negative, sir.
coordinate negative. In third quadrant, negative.
Negative, sir.
And fourth quadrant, positive.
Positive, sir.
That is exactly the reason where cos is positive here and sine is cos is negative here. Why? X coordinate is cos theta. If a point is here and this angle is theta, this x and this 1 unit, this x coordinate is cos theta. Because first quadrant, the cos is positive. In second quadrant, x coordinate is negative. That's why cos is negative. So cos is positive here. If you take only cos, it is positive here, negative here, negative here. Simply because x coordinate is positive here, x coordinate is negative. If I take sine, it is a y coordinate which gives sine for the tip. And y coordinate is positive here and here because positive y axis. That's why sine is positive here and here, negative here and here because of negative y axis. That's why sine is positive in first and second quadrant, negative in third and fourth quadrant. Tan is after all the ratio of sine and cos. Positive by positive is positive, positive by negative is negative. Negative by negative is positive, positive by negative is negative. So it is negative here, positive here, positive here. Okay, so you have to remember this, that in first quadrant, you take any angle which belongs to first quadrant, sine is positive, cos is also positive, tan is also positive. In second quadrant, sine positive, cos negative, and tan negative. In third quadrant, sine is negative, cos is negative, but tan is positive. In fourth quadrant, sine is negative, cos is positive, tan is negative. Okay. Cos positive negative came from the x coordinate sign and sine positive negative came from y coordinate sign. A way to remember all these things is that all silver teacups. We say here all are positive, here sine is positive, here tan is positive, and here cos is positive. Here A all, here sine for S, here tan T, here C. So they want you to remember that here A, here S, here T, here C are positive. There are different ways to remember that. One obvious, very common way people remember is all silver teacups. Here all are positive. Here sine or cosecant is positive. Here tan or cot is positive. Here cos or secant positive. When we say sine is positive, its reciprocal cosecant is positive, and other two trigonometric functions like cos and tan and their reciprocals are negative. In this quadrant, tan is positive, means cot is also positive. Other two trigonometric functions like sine, cos, cosecant, secant are negative. Here cos is positive means correspondingly secant is positive, other two are negative. So all silver teacups is just a way to remember this all S for sine, T for tan, T for cos. I think first time class when I discussed, different people gave some other things. Okay. I had somebody, all schools torture children. All schools torture children. Somebody said something, add sugar to coffee. add sugar to coffee. Okay, so I'm sure some other interesting things also they told. I forgot. Anybody remembers anything else?
Sir, after school to college.
Okay, after school to college. Anybody remember anything else? Okay, some funny ways of remembering things are there, but they are not derivations. They're just how to remember one. Okay, you know that after school to college is the explanation to for all these things. All right. Okay. Sine minus theta is minus sine theta. Cos minus theta is cos theta only. Okay. Tan minus theta is minus tan. Whatever is true for sine, same thing is true for cosecant. Whatever is true for cos, same thing true for secant. Whatever true for tan, same thing true for cot. How did this will come? Because here minus is coming out, here minus is gone, absorbed, and here minus is coming out. Why? Very simple. If you want sine 30 degrees or even sine 17 degrees, what will you do? You will turn 17 degrees. You will get one point x coordinate, y coordinate. The y coordinate will give you sine 17 degrees. If you want sine minus 17, you turn clockwise 17 degrees. You will get one point. The y coordinate of that will give me sine minus 17. If you take this point and this point, because you are by turning the same angle you got, if you join this triangle and this triangle are congruent. This length, whether you take this triangle or this triangle is same. That means this and this are mirror image of each other with respect to x-axis. How much x coordinate this has, same x coordinate this has. But this y coordinate is positive, whereas this if this height is let us say 0.8, this y coordinate is 0.8, this will be minus 0.8. Okay, so I want to write that here. The proof also is very important to understand. So I am taking a circle of radius 1 unit. This angle I turn theta. So this angle I turn clockwise, so it will be minus theta. If this point is x comma y, obviously this point will be x comma minus y. But from this figure, x is equal to cos theta, y is equal to sin theta. From this, x is equal to cos of minus theta, y is minus y is equal to sin of minus theta. So when you take x, here cos theta, here minus cos theta, they are cos of minus theta, they're equal. If you take y, here it is, or if you take minus y, according to this, it is minus sin theta. According to this, it is sin of minus theta. That's what that is. That's why cos minus theta, cos theta are equal because both are this length or x coordinate of these two. Even though the lengths are equal, y coordinates of opposites. Okay. So, especially those are learning for the first time, please write these things, draw this figure, and write these points. It's very important. Nobody's going to ask derivation in the exam, but if you know derivation properly, it gives a confidence, not just blindly remembering. Otherwise, there will always a doubt in your mind. Why this minus and why not here? Okay. Sometimes what happens, it's not that some things will come in exam, but when you are clear about the things, in your mind, there's no doubt, and you can peacefully, happily go further. Otherwise, something is always, back of your mind. How this will come? Why I'm accepting it? Why should I take it? Some doubt will be more peaceful. Okay. And when you divide these two, you get tan. Quite simple. Okay. We have these three formulas. Sine 180 degrees minus theta is sine theta. cos 180 degrees minus theta is minus cos theta. And by dividing tan 180 minus theta is tan minus tan. We'll discuss proofs of these formulas and later on we'll see how to remember. How to remember is different, how to derive is different. I take a circle. Let us say I want to find sine 10 degrees. I also want to find sine 170. If you want to find sine 10 degrees, just rotate by 10 degrees. The x, this is 10 degrees. The x coordinate of this point is cos 10 and y coordinate is sin 10. If you want 170 degrees, tan 170 degrees will be somewhere here. And the x coordinate of that is cos 170, sin 170. The same way, same figure. This is initial rate. This is theta. This is also theta, but this is not the angle for this. From here you have to know how much angle. You know that is 180 minus theta. This point, if you take x comma y, I can say these two are congruent triangles if I draw one vertical line, because if I draw like this is theta, this length and this length are equal, this is 90, this is 90, they're congruent triangles. So this side will be same as this side, this length will be same as this length. So this is a mirror image of this in second quadrant. So because of the same length, it will be minus x comma y. But this x comma y will be equal to cos theta comma sin theta. If I take unit circle and unit radius. This will be because of 180 minus theta, it is x coordinate is cos 180 minus theta. And y coordinate is sin 180 minus theta. Okay, so when you equate, for example, minus x, here minus x is cos 180 minus theta. Here x is cos theta, so minus x will be minus cos theta. That's how cos 180 minus theta is minus cos theta. If I take sine, y coordinate, here also sine 180 minus theta, same y there also sine theta. That's why sine 180 minus theta, sine theta. Divide them, so that tan 180 minus theta is minus tan theta.
Sir,
Yes, please.
previously you talked about 0 minus theta, no sir.
Yes, correct.
If that is true as long as it lies in fourth quadrant, or is it true for
No. Just we took that example. Not that theta has to be here. Even if theta is here, 180 minus theta will come here somewhere and same formula. For example, in that figure, why only first quadrant? Let us you take theta this much and minus theta this much. Same explanation. This will be x comma y. This will be x comma minus y. Right? And if you take this as theta, okay, for example, from here, this will be minus theta. Then this will be x comma y, everything. Okay. So it looks like we are proving for first quadrant, but actually it is not. We are proving in general for everything. Just for convenience, we are drawing theta in first quadrant. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Anyway, I'm recording these classes. I'm going to upload to YouTube and send link to you in the class later on. If somebody due to network issue, they are not even able to attend revision class for some reason, your net balance is over. Or
Sir, am I audible to you?
yes, you are audible. Tell me.
Sir, nothing is visible, sir, for me.
Board is not visible.
Yes, sir, it's
Then very simple. Just rejoin. Log out
okay.
and rejoin. Okay, that's what I'm saying. So, like this boy, somebody can have some issues. Okay, I'll send the recording so that anytime when they're free, and they're sometime, anytime they're free, they can watch whenever they have an exam or something. Okay, so I want to tell this x coordinate is cos theta, this x coordinate is cos 180 minus theta, and this x coordinate is negative of that term. That's how this formula. This and this have same y coordinate, but that y coordinate is sin theta, this y coordinate is sin of 180 minus theta. That's how they're equal. That's how this is the formula. And divide them, you'll get tan. Okay. I want to draw one full straight line here, and this angle is theta. This point is x comma y. What is this angle up to here will be? Anybody? This and these are opposite rays.
180
Oh.
plus theta.
Yes, it is 180 plus theta. And because this midpoint is 0, 0, and this x comma y, this point will be minus x comma minus y. But this x comma y is equal to cos theta comma sin theta, whereas this is cos 180 plus theta. So this full angle is 180 plus theta, and the sine 180 plus theta. Where is it now? Yeah, so minus x according to this cos 180 plus theta. But according to this x is cos theta, so minus x will be minus cos. Similarly, minus y here is sine 180 plus theta. But y itself is sin theta, so it is minus sin. When you divide, you'll get tan 180 plus theta is equal to 10. Okay, so when we derive like this, you have to draw every time figure and draw a lot of derive some formulas. But like that, we'll develop a lot of sets of formulas. All of them together, how to remember, we're going to see. Okay. Vamsi, you are able to follow these derivations, right? Are you there, Vamsi? Okay, I'll derive one more set of formula like this, and then we'll discuss the generalization of that. Okay, so we have another 10 minutes stop. Okay, after this 10 minutes, I'm not going to continue the class. Okay, again tomorrow. All right. So when this class ends, we can just leave. We can just wind up. I will draw one angle here, and its perpendicular line I want to draw here. This is perpendicular. Okay. This is 90. This is theta. And because this is 90, this is theta. This will be 90 minus theta. This will be 90 minus theta. This will be theta. This triangle and this triangle are obviously congruent triangles. When this point is x comma y, obviously this point, this length is x, so that will be height here x. So this is x and y here. This is y and x. Only length I'm talking about. According to this, it will be minus y comma x. All of you agree when this point is a comma b, this point will be minus b comma a, like this, based on the lengths. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. But according to trigonometry, here I turn theta, so this x comma y should be cos theta comma sin theta. Whereas this full angle will be how much? From here to here?
90 plus theta, sir.
90 plus theta. So this point should be cos of 90 plus theta and the sine of 90 plus theta, because that much angle I turned from the initial ray. Okay. So if I take minus y, it is cos 90 plus theta, but same y is sin theta. Okay, but minus y, so minus sin theta. And when I take x, it is sin 90 plus theta here, there x is cos theta. Okay, that's how we derived sin 90 plus theta is cos theta, and the cos 90 plus theta is minus sin theta. And when you divide them, you'll get tan 90 plus theta is minus sin theta. No, minus cot theta. Of course, generally 90 minus theta formulas are easier without this simple right angle triangle. This is theta, this is 90 minus theta. Take this is x, this is y, this is r. Generally, it's very easy to write. If somebody take x by r, or this is adjacent side, so it is cos theta, or this is opposite side, so it will be sine 90 minus theta. And if you take y by r, or this theta opposite side, so it will be sine theta, or 90 minus theta adjacent side, so it will be cos 90 minus theta. So sine 90 minus theta is cos theta, cos 90 minus theta sin theta. When you divide, you will get tan 90 minus theta is cot theta. For deriving this, we may not need circle definition. The regular trigonometry definition is sufficient. But for bigger angles like 90 plus or 180 minus 180 plus, all that 270 minus, that circle definition is better. Okay, I'm going to erase all these things. Okay, now you have to remember all these formulas. I'm sure there is a sentence, there will be one big table will be there. What is that? They will write sine, cos, tan, and even secant, cosecant. Here there will be 90 minus theta, 90 plus theta, 180 minus theta, 180 plus theta, 270 minus theta, 270 plus theta. So sine 90 minus theta, answer cos theta. Sine 90 plus theta, answer will be cos theta. Sine 180 minus theta will be sine theta. This will be, I get a lot of formulas. You don't have to by heart that big table, or every time you don't have to derive the way we have done. Derivation is necessary to understand, and now you want to derive it. Derive. This table, how to remember? There is a simple way. Okay. What is that simple way? Sine of, they can ask you 180 minus theta. They can ask you 90 plus theta. They can ask you 270 minus theta. They can ask 360 minus theta. They can ask 270 plus theta. So anything they can ask. All these things. Okay. If it is a multiple of 90 degrees, there will be multiple of 90. But in that, even multiples of 90, odd multiples of 90. Even multiples of 19 is 90, 270, 450, 630, so on. 19 to 1, 19 to 3, 19 to 5, 19 to 7, they're odd multiples. Even multiples means 180, 360, and 540, and 720, so on. 19 to 2, 19 to 4, 19 to 6, and 19 to 8, so on. Whenever you find odd multiple, sine will become cos. Cos will become sine, tan will become cot, cot will become tan, secant will become cosecant, cosecant will become secant. You have to change to its counterpart. Sine is right cos theta. Here also it is cos theta. Here also it is cos theta. Whether plus cos or minus cos, we'll see later. Whenever you have even multiple of 90, like 180 or 360 or 540, you write same function, sine theta. If here cos is there, an even multiple will write cos, odd multiple will write sine. Here if tan is there, or even multiple will write tan, odd multiple will write cot. Plus or minus, how to decide on that? In your mind, imagine theta is a very small positive angle, like 1 degree, 2 degree, 3 degree, something like that. See which quadrant this belongs to. In that quadrant, see the sign of this, not that one. See the sign of this, that you write. 180 minus theta, where theta is 1 degree or 2 degree. We all know this is 0 degrees, this is 90, this is 180, this is 360. 90 minus means little less than 90, you are in first quadrant. 90 plus theta means a little more than 90, you are in second quadrant. 180 minus theta means you are in second quadrant. 180 plus theta means little more than 180, you are in third quadrant. 360 minus theta, you are in third quadrant. Sorry, 270. Sorry. 270 minus theta in third quadrant, 270 plus theta in fourth quadrant. 360 minus theta, you're in fourth quadrant. 360 plus theta in first quadrant. So imagine theta is a very small positive angle. Little before 180 degrees means your second quadrant sign is positive, so you write plus. Here sign 90 plus theta. 90 plus a small more than 90 second quadrant, again sign is positive. 270 minus little before 270, you are in third quadrant. In third quadrant sign is negative, so write minus. Sin 360 minus theta, little before 360, fourth quadrant, sign is negative based on all silver teacups. Sin 270 plus theta, fourth quadrant, again it is minus. Okay. So when all these are signed, whether you'll get sine or cos depends on whether this is even multiple of 90 or odd multiple of 90. Plus or minus will depend on this total angle is which quadrant it is, provided you assume theta is a very small positive angle. Okay, theta can be 1000 degrees also, but in this formula, just to remember it, we remember theta is a small positive angle. Okay, otherwise if you take 1000 degrees, it may not be in second quadrant, it may be in some other quadrant. Okay? This is sine. Similarly, you can do for cos. I may repeat all these points once again tomorrow. Cos 90 minus theta, cos 90 plus theta, cos 180 minus theta, and cos 180 plus theta. Whenever 90 is there, you will get sine. Whenever 180 is there, you will get cos. 90 minus theta, which quadrant? First quadrant, so plus cos. 90 plus theta, cos is in second quadrant, so minus. Sine may be positive in second quadrant, but you will see the sign of this. 180 minus second quadrant, negative. 180 plus third quadrant, negative. If I take cos 270 minus theta, because it is odd multiple of 90, cos will become sine. And then 270 minus means the third quadrant minus. If I take cos 270 plus theta, it will be plus cos theta, sorry, it will be sine theta